Hey guys, okay, hey, welcome back to Ducks Hockey and More. Quick video, just watched a horrible game from the Anaheim Ducks. It was really pathetic. And we'll get into that in just a second, but before we go too deep into it, go down, smash that like button, subscribe. Let's keep the channel going. Really need your help with that. So definitely, if you visited the channel before and you're already subscribed, awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you haven't and you're just watching this for the first time or passing through, please go in there, subscribe, leave me comments, smash the like button. I just want to get this channel blown up. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the Ducks and their pathetic, absolutely pathetic play as of late, which is it's a broken record. This whole season has been pathetic, and tonight's game was a really good example of that. So stick around. Okay, so welcome back, by the way. Ducks Hockey and More here. Listen, let's just dive right into it, shall we? Let's just do it. Predators. We took on the Predators. Nashville is, a mediocre team this year. They haven't been the greatest of teams. They've been struggling to score as of late. So, going into Honda Center, looking at it from the Ducks' perspective, this is a game you have to win. You have to go out there, take it to them, and get the 2 points. Now, they're not a horrible team. They have a great goaltender. They've got pretty good darn defense, and they do have players that can put it in the net. But again, like I said before, they've been struggling to put the puck in the net. Scoring has been limited for them. Well, guess what? They ran into the Anaheim Ducks, and the Ducks opened the floodgates and said, please, score. This is another one of those games where, kind of like most of the games of this year, really, you can't look at it, and Ducks fans, you can't look at it and go, well, we just beat Vegas. Well, we shouldn't have beat Vegas. We beat Vegas 3-2 in a shootout. John Gibson stood on his head to get the 2 points. Just flat out. That game was all Vegas. If it wasn't for John, it's all Vegas, and they would have blown us out, right? So he kept us in it, and we got 2 points. Thanks, John. So here he is again, 2 nights later. John's in net. I'm hoping for another good performance from him, and I thought he did pretty well. But this time, the guys playing in front of him just sucked. I mean, my God, this team. Okay, look, let me. I've talked about it before. The Ducks have no structure whatsoever when it comes to defending. Okay. Among other things, they have no structure when it comes to exiting the zone and transitioning into the offensive zone. And quite honestly, once they establish themselves in the offensive zone, I don't see very, very much structure either. There's just a lot of just passing around and hoping that somebody gets open enough to get a shot off, if they can even shoot the puck, which is rare. There's so many things about this team. And again, and I've talked about this before, again, I'm a broken record this year, and I probably will be all the way up to the end of the season. I'll be a broken record. Broken record Pete. The coaching, Dallas Eakins, is a piece of shit. The guy has no control over this team. He has no cojones to get in their face and hold them accountable for mistakes they make. And when I say that, he's not an animated coach. He doesn't get in their face and yell at them and tell them what's wrong. And I'm not saying that you have to be that way all the time and be an asshole all the time, but sometimes you need to be. You need to send a message. I rarely see him benching players. You rarely ever really see him doing anything. He just always has this dumbass look on his face behind the bench because he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. His team isn't playing well. They haven't played well all year. They suck. They have no structure. Whatever it is he's trying to teach them, if there is something he's trying to teach them, they have no concept of it, and they have not bought into it, period. So again, here we are, Nashville. Nashville outplayed us from the get-go. Okay, first period was just okay, but the Nashville Predators still outplayed us. Second period, they totally outplayed us. In the third period, they made us look like fools. I've talked about this before. The Ducks, they puck watch. Okay, they won't be on a power play or a penalty kill or killing a penalty at all, but they'll be in their own zone. The other team has the puck, and I swear to God, it's 5-on-5, and I'm watching them out there. They look like they're trying to kill a penalty. They're just trying to stay in front of the puck carrier. Just kind of keep it in front of him. They don't attack the opposing player, force him to turn it over, force him to make a bad pass, get it, and go the other way. They don't clear out the net so that the goalies can see the puck really well. I've said this before, where we need tough guys that are going to clear out the front of the net and put somebody on his ass. If you're going to spend some time in front of our goalie, well, guess what? Part of that time is going to be on the ice on your ass. The Ducks don't do that. One of the goals Predators scored was because John couldn't see the puck. I think it was Simon Benoit who was kind of standing in front of the Nashville player. I think it was Johansson, but doesn't matter. He was standing in front of him. He didn't do anything about the Nashville Predator behind him. So John Gibson has two players, a Duck and a Nashville player, to try to look around. What does the puck do? It goes right by him because he can't see it. Well, again, we didn't do anything about moving that player out of the way so John can see the shot. We just stood there. Too many times on the penalty kill and not on the penalty kill, I watched the Anaheim Ducks just skate around watching the puck carrier. They puck watch. Oh. I mean, it's pathetic to watch. That's one of my biggest pet peeves is watching the puck. If you see a player with the puck, and as soon as he gets into a position where you can put some pressure on that player, you do it. Now, do you take a little bit of a gamble when you do that? Because if that guy jukes you and gets around you somehow, you're out of the equation, and so they can make a play on the net and get a potential scoring opportunity. But you have to sometimes gamble a little bit and go put some pressure on that player, the puck carrier. Force him to do something. If he makes a good move and gets around you, well then hey, good for him, right? He juked you. But 9 times out of 10, that's not going to work, and you're going to cough up. He's going to turn it over. You're going to be able to do something and create some chaos. So you never see that. Every once in a while you do, and what happens when they do is they force a turnover. It's amazing what they do when they get in on the forecheck, or they just pressure the puck carrier, and there it is. The turnover happens, the bad pass happens. The next thing you know, we have the puck now, and we're going the opposite direction. Which leads me into my next thing, transitions. The Ducks have no transitions. I watch them, and there's times where I see a halfway decent transition, but the passing is just not there. It's not crisp. It's always behind the player, or it's just too far out in front of the player. Or it's a perfect pass, but the player receiving the pass just fucks it up. I don't know. It's a really frustrating thing. It's almost like they don't practice. That's how I feel. I feel like they just don't ever practice and hang around, chumming it up, going, yeah, the season's in the toilet. Who gives a shit? That's how I watch when I see him playing. How it feels, and I know that's not true. I know these players have a lot of pride, and I know that they want to win and they want to succeed. I know they do. But they're not. They're failing. Again, this goes back to coaching, structure, the basics of the game. Okay, they're just not good enough. I don't know. As of late, a lot of the games that in the last little bit, they've really kind of lost their power play momentum. For a while there, it looked pretty good, and they mixed it up and moved Zegras to the opposite side, got McTavish down on a one-time option, and it looked pretty good. I don't know where that went, because it looks like ass again. The only bright spot of anything that's going on right now for this team, I'll say, is the penalty kill looks really good. They're killing penalties. Somehow, some way, they're killing penalties. And so that's good. That's improved. If you're going to take penalties, you got to be able to kill them. And lately they've been doing that. So that's good. Power play is still atrocious. They gave up a shorthanded goal to Vegas the other night. That's just, you can't do that. I mean, it happens, but yeah, I don't know. There you go. The Anaheim Ducks, they suck really bad. So, look, for a team like this that's so good on paper and has a lot of really good balance of veterans and young guys, are they super dynamic? Holy crap. No, not yet. They've got a lot of young guys that will be, and a lot of veterans that should be helping them and moving them along and should be playing better than they actually are. So it's hard. I'm really satisfied with what I see with Mason McTavish. Mason McTavish is, in my opinion, the future of the Anaheim Ducks as far as that franchise player, like the Ryan Getzlaf, like the Teemu Selanis of the world, the Paul Karias of the world. He is that good. And he's only 19, and he's getting better and better and more comfortable and more comfortable. And I see him wearing the C on that sweater and being the captain of the Anaheim Ducks. I really do. He's a leader out there. I know he is. You can see it in the way he plays. You can see it in the look on his face. You just know he wants to win. He wants to be he wants to succeed at every level, and he pretty much so far has. And I feel like that he deep down wants to take this team under his wing and ride them into the playoffs year after year. And I think he can do it. He just needs to have the right people around him and a coach that knows how to coach a team. And I think the Ducks, the future's bright. I've said that before. People that know hockey and they're a big Ducks fan know that the future is bright. We have way too much talent, prospect-wise and in the future, for what we are going to get, not only in this year's draft, but by trading pieces to get other pieces. You know what I mean? Verbeek is going to be a busy guy. Now, once this year comes around, in a few more days, 23 comes around, 2023, things are going to start happening. The wheels are going to start really moving. Not only the Anaheim Ducks, but a lot of teams that are going to be sellers. Okay, and the teams that need that extra player to help them get over the hump and make a push and make a run, they're going to be looking for all these teams that are selling because they know they're not going to make the playoffs, and we're going to see a lot of movement, and the Ducks they're going to be one of them. They're not going to be just sitting on the sidelines. Okay, last year Verbeek moved some really good players, some big names, Lindholm, Manson, Ricard Raquel, and Delorier. All four of those guys, I liked all four of them, and they were gone. And it's not because he didn't want to keep him around so much. I know he wanted to keep Lindholm around. It was more or less just they're on the last year of their contract, and then instead of losing them to free agency in the offseason and not getting anything, he moved them so that he could get something for them. And he's a smart man. And he did. He got a lot for them. The same thing is going to happen this offseason. So Ducks fans, don't be surprised. Certainly don't be shocked when you see some of these players like Silverberg, Henrique, Shattenkirk, Klingberg. Those are the four big names I think that are definitely going to probably be playing for other teams. The one name out of that four that I would rather see stay is Adam Henrique. I've always been a Adam Henrique fan. I'd like to see him stay. He's good in the face-off. He's just a good depth center winger. He can play both. I think he's a guy worth keeping. That's just my opinion. Because of his contract and because of our situation, more than likely he's going to end up getting moved. I have a feeling players like Max Comtois and Max Jones might be on their way out. Both players that I really like, but they haven't shown much. You know what I mean? Comtois in the shortened COVID season did really well. He led the team in goals. Since then, he's just he's gone. He's not there. He'll have a game or two where he looks really good, and then he just disappears for another week or two, and then he comes back, and then he goes away. Max Jones has been injured. He's had injury issues. I don't see that being something that we want to keep around. As much as I like the guy, I think they're going to use him as part of a package deal for some players. Like, here's Max Jones and so-and-so for your number one draft pick. something like that. So, it's going to be a really busy offseason. It's going to be a really busy next season before this current NHL season ends. You're going to see a lot of moves. So, hey, listen, Ducks are horrible. The future is bright. Thanks for watching. As always, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. What players you think you'd like to see go, players you'd like to see stay, players you maybe want to see come into the team. Is Connor Bedard who we really want? Do we want to go for Connor Bedard come the draft? Is that something we really want? It's a tough one. There's a deep draft pool for this draft. The 23 draft is good, so no matter what, the Ducks are going to get a really good player. But is it Bedard that we really want? I don't know. Leave your comments below. Hey, and don't forget, subscribe, smash the like button. Get on board with Ducks Hockey and more. Love hearing from you guys. Thanks for watching. As always, go Ducks, go hockey. See you next time, guys. See ya.